Hi there, Capricorn, Healing Grasshopper here to do your August reading. Um, I wanted to let you guys know that I just did your first week in August reading, your weekly, the first to the eighth one. I really meant to do your monthly first. Um, so let's talk really quickly about the energy because it applies here, and I'm sure the cards are going to come out. Um, with that energy of us really in this month, especially the first week, apparently, um, starting to finally notice our the tide changing for us, right? Where a lot of the other signs in the collective are already feeling like they're on their way out and away from that old energy from the past 20 years. You know, I've talked about it before, Pluto being in Capricorn and just being very difficult for us. Pluto knocking down our sandcastles, I call it, right? We build the sandcastle, Pluto comes and knocks it down, and we start again, and Pluto's always there to bully us. That's the way it feels anyway. Everything that we touch turns to shite. Um, but the energy is starting to change from a destructive energy to a more productive and supportive energy. And there was an air of us starting to see it, but also we're still licking our wounds from the past 20 years, especially licking our wounds from the pain. Because a lot of it was like aggravation and frustration and everything, but specifically some of the heartbreak, because a lot of us have had things like betrayals and losses and that kind of thing. So that pain is still with us, which can kind of cloud things, right? Because I had a video last month, uh, take off the mud colored glasses, um, that it's time for us to let go of the pain that we've been feeling and stop applying it to our present lives. That it no longer applies with, Ten of Swords, the beating the dead horse card comes to mind, where it's like we're past this now, time to embrace something new. So that's where we are. Three of Cups, reversed? No. Is that our third card here? Yes. This is our first and second. Of course. Of course. Oh my God. Ugh, reversed? Okay, so Three of Swords, I didn't mention, came out for you twice. In the weekly reading, you're going to see, right? And so apropos, Spirit is starting with the Three of Swords here because it's kind of picking up where we left off with the weekly. It's saying that this is going to be somewhat of a, I don't want to say theme, but an issue that we continue to deal with the whole month. It's like the pain is still there, even though we feel the energies starting to, or the wind starting to blow in our direction, starting to fill our sails and move us forward. That doesn't mean that we don't feel how we feel about the recent and distant past, about what's happened to us in the past, especially when it comes to losses and betrayal. Um, but we are gathering our strength here, and in that strength, and strength doesn't mean that we're going to ignore our pain or cover our pain. It's like akin to courage, being scared and moving forward anyway. The strength is like being in pain, but moving forward anyway, pushing through it because we know that there's something better for us out there in the future, is what the Strength card is telling us in this context. The Three of Cups is talking about, and really focus on this, guys. Look at how beautiful the contrast is. You have strength in the middle, and you have Three of Swords, pain, and then you have Three of Cups, which is exuberance, emotional exuberance. So we've got pain to glory here via our own strength, fueled by our own strength. So beautiful. There's like a lump in my throat because I feel your energy mixed with my own that's very much related to yours because I am a Capricorn sun, so I am in the trenches with you. But there is a rainbow coming out for us after the storm that we've been through. I would not be surprised if we didn't see Ten of Cups come out. Um, because that's what this is talking about. And the other thing is, for the past handful of months, it has been me telling you what you're going to feel in the future. Don't worry, it's going to get better. This is more of an energy of what's happening in the present. You know, you are, like I said, you're feeling that wind start to fill your sails of movement past this. You still feel this, but you know in your heart now that things are starting to change for you. And I'm very happy for you, Capricorn, because you guys have been in pain and stagnancy for a while now. I've been promising you better days, and they are arriving now. Yeah, yeah. Ten of Swords. See, in the weekly reading, I was expecting the Ten of Swords to come out, and I even said so. But here it is coming out for your monthly. Reversed? No. And look at it under the Three of Swords. And I was saying, in relation to the Three of Swords, that I would love to see the Ten of Swords come out. And here it is, right under it, right? Because the Ten of Swords is very important with this energy here, which is it's over, it's done. Believe it, accept it, so we can move on. But this Ten of Swords is very much the energy. There's a choice here that you have to make. Are you going to continue to beat this dead horse? So a lot of people, including you, will call this the beating the dead horse card, right? Because look at how many swords there are here. It's like it's done already. Stop with the swords. He's dead, you know? Um, but the situation is dead. It's finished. It's time to move on now. You know what? Wow, I don't know why this hasn't occurred to me before, but I just had looked over to I have a whole bookcase of uh, tarot decks, tarot readers, and our tarot deck problem. There needs to be a 12-step program for it. I have so many and I can't stop buying them. Um, but my eyes went over to the after tarot. And I'm fascinated by the after and before tarot, and I don't use them very often. I'm going to do a bonus for you with the after tarot. Um, it's a really great deck. It's in the same artwork as Pam Smith, the artist, Pamela Smith. Um, she didn't do them though, but it's in her same style. Um, and it depicts like what like the next scene of each card would look like. Because I was just thinking of the Ten of Swords finally getting up and like brushing off his hands. And then my eyes went over to the After Tarot. I think we should do After Tarot for bonus. Yeah. And you know what? Maybe that'll help get Capricorn out of the energy too, because we've been spinning our wheels in this energy. Let's try and lift ourselves out of it, huh? Capricorns, we've been through enough. It's time for us to move on to better days now because we deserve it. Uh-huh. Moving, what did I say about moving on to better days? Reversed? No. Six of Swords, moving on to better days. But see, this is, oh, I'm so happy to see this here. This is in the beginning, in the center of your reading, right? So this is main focus card here. So what this tells me is Capricorn as a collective has finally gotten into the boat and just made the choice. Remember, I said there's a choice here? We have made the choice to get in the boat and move to calmer waters, to calmer shores. Oh my God, so happy. The Hermit. We'll see if that's reversed in a moment. The Tower. See if that's reversed in a moment. Yes. The Ten of Wands came out in the weekly reading. Oh, so fabulous. Okay. And one more for outcome. Okay. So we're going to leave that unturned for a moment. Let's see what the Hermit is doing. Reverse, no. Okay. So this moving onward is after and during our turning our focus inward and following our own compass, because this comes from following one's compass for sure. Because this is like I said, a decision that you've made for yourself, and that decision is derived by the light in this lantern, which is your spiritual compass, your connection to your guides and your higher self. So this is a beautiful, angelic, divine whisper in our ear, a download of it's finally time to go now. Beautiful. Tower, reversed. Four of Wands, reversed. No. Now, the Tower is, see how this line is? This is all like catastrophic cards here. This is the Tower finishing off this energy of heartbreak, betrayal, being totally shattered by it, and it disrupting your life is the Tower, what the Tower is saying. Pain, disruption, destruction, you know. But this is what part of what life is about, though, you know. There are painful and disruptive things that happen, and destructive as well, things that happen in our lives that we grow from. And I was talking about in the weekly video how um, I was referring to last month, how I was talking about God's and Saturn kind of condoling us, like, oh, I know that's hard. I know Capricorn, but you had to go through that. It's okay. You had to do it to go through it to grow and to ascend. It was necessary. Um, but now we've graduated from it. is graduation. We're going to get to that in a moment. But first, we've got the Ten of Wands, which we got in the first weekly August as well, where we are feeling from this energy here overburdened. Like, oh, why is everything so difficult for me? You know, why are people always throwing you know, the horse crap on me all the time? Why do I always have to deal with the shite? Mm. But of course, he's on his way to a banquet at the castle here in the corner. You know, we are well on our way away from this. And and I love the way you can almost picture this guy is walking away from this tower, but all of these wands represent his growth because my eyes are catching these leaves here that are sprouting out of these wands. It's he has derived growth from everything that he had to go through in this difficult energy. And then he's gotten to this castle finally. This is this same castle, or at least it is in this reading. He finally gets to the castle and he can rest his wands. These are all of the efforts that he's made, right? He's not exerting himself anymore. He's at the banquet. Okay? So there, and then look at this. You've got the heartbreak, you choosing to move away from it to better shores here. Yeah. Nine of Swords is, but is it really going to happen for me? But also, like, this is grief, mostly. From the Three of Swords. Yes, you're moving on. Yes, at some point this month, you're going to feel yourself moving towards this energy. But, and yes, by the way, you will be healing with every step forward that you take, but it doesn't take away from the fact that things still hurt. And you know what? Will probably always hurt. I've had many catastrophic losses in the past 10 years. And it's like, and I've talked about this before with you guys, and I'm sure you can relate, where it's been a while. When it happens, it's like an open wound, but that wound starts to heal over. And then it doesn't hurt quite as much later as it did when you first sliced your skin open, type thing. But do you have the memory of it, of how much it hurt you? Sure, you can pull up that memory very easily. As soon as you turn your attention to it, that pain will come right back to you. That's the kind of thing where you never fully get over a painful event, right? You may heal from it, but the pain is always, the scar is there. That's what this is reminding us right here. But that the pain might still feel pretty acute to a lot of us. It doesn't feel scabbed over yet. And that's okay. No one's rushing you. You will heal. All three of these are ours. Like this. Okay. So we've got I love this. I love to see this right here. You have Five of Swords, so perfect, attached to the Three of Swords. This is all about karma and justice. This is the success is the best revenge card for me. This guy is holding three swords and he has clearly won a battle over these other two people who are like, oh, licking their wounds because they lost. Listen, whoever has wronged you, don't worry about them. Life will catch up with them. Karma will get them. You can be very sure. God sees everything. Just focus on your W and your path forward, and it will all come together for you. But see, it's also attached to the Ten of Swords. If you continue to focus on this, you can be here forever, guys. That's why I said it's your choice to move forward. But you will find the strength to move forward. It's okay. I'm so happy this card showed up here. I have chills. Yeah. What did I say about success is the best revenge? You've got Six of Wands. This is the celebration card. This is a big W for him. Both of these cards. I love it so much. And it's almost as if, too, I looked at the Three of Wands and back here, it's like, wow. I'm not quite sure I've ever seen it this way before. These three wands that he has are the wands that he's taken out of his own heart here. And then look at these two swords in front of these two people. This is directly talking about karma. He's gained the three swords and they've lost theirs. It's all about karma. Six of Wands is just nothing to say about this other than a W. This is celebration of all of the, but good karma, right? Celebration of all of these things that you've done for yourself. And people being happy for you too in both of these cards. The Six of Wands and the Three of Cups. This is not you necessarily celebrating on your own. It's other people recognizing your victory and celebrating with you, being happy for you. That's nice. So there's another message for those of you. I forgot the hermit is here too. For those of you who feel like you're on your own and you're dealing with this by yourself, you're not, or at least not for long. The Fool. And looking at the cards that it's on top of. This is a direct reference to what I said before about your choice. The Fool is taking the leap. This is the same energy as getting in the boat here. Choosing not to beat the dead horse. Moving away from the tower. And also letting yourself fall away from the tower, right? Either you're trying to clutch to the tower and keep holding on to it, which you cannot. The tower is going to fall down no matter what you do. Or you can choose to take the leap and get away from the tower. You're choosing to move away from the tower. I'm thrilled for you guys. My Capricorn siblings. I'm so happy. I need three more, please. We've got the Ten of Nine of Cups. Not reverse. Nine of Cups. Next to the Fool. This is about you benefiting from and luxuriating in your decision that you've made for yourself. Emotional fulfillment. Three of Wands came out here in the weekly reading. This echoes what I just said. You benefiting from your choices. But this is the aftermath, you benefiting from it, but this is more of your expectation. This is you believing in, let's see, wait. Yes, okay. So we've got the Nine of Swords. These two correspond to each other, right? Because I was talking about here how you have the pain and there's somewhat of a not a feeling like you can't fully escape from the pain yet. But this is working very hard to move away from this energy, right? And then being confident in your choice. Because this is the ship, watching my ships roll in card, right? Which I also talked about in the weekly that seems like a passive card, but this only shows a snapshot of what happened before this, which is a whole lot of work that he's done. And now that he's done it, he's taking a rest to assess things like, yes, this is going to turn out well for me. He knows that the choice that he's made is going to produce something good for him. One more, please. You know, so beautiful. It's like the perfect card to come out after this. Perfect. The King of Cups is so important here because he is a man who is fully in touch with and fully in command of his emotions, right? He approaches his emotions in a healthy way. He does not try to cover his emotions. He is he addresses his emotions. He moves towards his emotions. You understand? He feels what he needs to feel. He doesn't try and cover it up, but it's at the same time, he doesn't overdo it either. And he doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve. He deals with his emotions in an even keel, which is why he's sitting comfortably and, like serenely on a throne with a whole lot of, excuse me, turmoil around him. It's lots of wavy, lots of waves and a ship in the background being tossed around and a fish jumping out of it. There's chaos all around him, but he is zen in the center of it, right? So this coming up over the Nine of Swords talks about how you are going to work on dealing the things that hurt you and learning how to, and you've got the strength card here, using your inner strength to transmute this pain and grow through it. And recognizing that pain is just part of the cycle of life. And then the whole metaphor, it's been coming up a lot this year. of my forest fire metaphor that spirit sends me often, where I have this vision of ash and like burnt trees and everything. Everything's gray, right? And even before that, when things are on fire, it's terrible and devastating. And then after it looks awful and sad, but through the months afterward, little saplings start to come up and you start to see wildlife. And, a year or two after that, there's like lush growth and lots of life and that kind of thing. That's what came to mind here when I uncovered it here. This is like the ashy forest, right? And this is the lush forest afterward. But there is a lot of growth that happens in between here. And what would go in between this? Like the strength card and the hermit card, which showed up for you here. Capricorn, when you're looking back at this pain, look at it with pride. Wear it as a badge of honor in a healthy way, though. You don't want to do it in an unhealthy way where you're attracting pain all the time. Like, yes, I love pain. I want more pain. No. It's like, I went through this. I survived. I'm a badass. And not only did I survive, but I'm going to build something beautiful out of it. Good for me. Start congratulating yourself because that's going to get you here. You have it inside of you, Capricorn. You are the strongest, most productive sign in the zodiac. You are the sea goat. You are the climber. You are always on that cliff. You very seldom um, get to feel this feeling of celebration and things feeling easy for you. You get it, but geez, do you have to climb real far to get to it? But you're almost at the summit there, guys. You're going to get to this castle, to your banquet very soon. And now it's less of me telling you this and, you having to believe me and more of you actually starting to feel it. And I'm thrilled. Okay, guys, we have advice cards. No. Yeah. Spirit hasn't been giving us advice cards lately. Okay. So I can't wait to hear from you guys in the comment section. Please tell me how this resonates. Tell me if you're feeling the energy lightning. If you're not, you can tell me that too. I love engaging with you guys and I do answer every single comment. So looking forward to seeing you there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Um, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscriptions and beyond. So it is a very quick and free gesture that means the world to me. So I thank you in advance. Don't forget to click the notification bell so that you don't miss future videos. This is probably your sun sign that you're watching, but you can also watch your moon, rising, and north node signs, which will have very important messages for you there too. If you don't know what those are, you can always Google calculate my blank sign, find out what that is. You can do it for free. There are plenty of sites that'll do it for you for free. Find out what that is. Come back to the Healing Grasshopper channel and watch the corresponding videos. There'll be messages for you there. Also, For those of you who are inclined to help me out, it would very much help me if you can help get my watch hours up, which means listen to my playlists that I've made for you, like the Capricorn playlist or the pick a card playlist or whatever, and have it in the background so that I can build some watch hours. You can even put it on while you're sleeping would help me greatly. Okay, guys? Um, I will speak to you soon. I love you guys. Love, light, and many blessings, Cappies.